Josh Green here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by heavyweight prospect Mr. Jeamie TKV. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm all good, thank you.
Big weekend in the heavyweight division with undisputed on the line between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. Where were you for what was an incredible occasion?
You know, I was watching at home with my brothers, and it was a very entertaining fight. It was a very entertaining fight, and you know, everyone seemed to enjoy it. It was a close fight. You know, can't complain. It was a good event overall.
What were your thoughts going into the fight? I mean, how did you imagine it playing out, and how did it compare with how it actually played out?
If I'm honest with you, I couldn't pick a winner. I couldn't pick a winner between them because I just knew that their styles would clash. But seeing how it played out, it's quite like I'm very impressed with Usyk. You know, he just cemented himself as the best heavyweight in this day and age, in this era, of course. But yeah, nah, literally, I couldn't have told you. I couldn't have predicted it.
I think there was obviously a lot of talk about the difference in weight, the difference in reach, and obviously the height of Tyson Fury. Were you surprised how much Oleksandr Usyk was able to overcome that, especially later in the fight?
Yeah, you know, I was impressed because he was walking down Tyson Fury, the bigger man, and he eventually hurt the bigger man really bad. So I was just impressed with him overall. Like he didn't look too phased when Tyson Fury was hitting him. Obviously, Tyson Fury was a bit tricky for him at the beginning, but I felt like he dealt with it, um, stayed calm, just stuck to his game plan and got the result that he wanted. So I feel like it was a good performance from him.
It seemed although Tyson had a fair bit of success in the early rounds. I think most people had him 4-2 up after 6, and that's when he was going to the body and he was getting success there.
Yeah.
What did you see that changed, that sort of turned the momentum?
So literally, just like you said, from the 6th round, I had Tyson Fury. I thought he was gonna get that decision just because of the way he was boxing. I thought it was like for the next 6 rounds. I thought, you know what, he's got it. He's cruising. That's how he's gonna win. But I felt like Usyk understood that he was losing, and when Usyk understood that he was losing, he literally just turned up. And I think it might have been the 8th round. He must have hit Fury with a shot that bust Fury's nose. I'm not sure if you saw it, but he bust Fury's nose, and I could see that Fury was in a bit of discomfort at the end of that round. And I feel like that gave Usyk some confidence. And after that round, I mean, from the 9th round, when he hit Fury with that shot, Fury was all over the place. I mean, I don't think there was I feel like Fury was now worried about getting knocked out more than fighting at that point. So Fury did have to survive because he was really hurt badly. But from then on, it was Usyk's fight. But then it could have been anyone's fight, depending on what round Fury won. Because if Fury won possibly the last 2 rounds, he could have taken it. If Fury didn't get knocked down, he could have taken it. So it was a close fight and a very entertaining fight.
That 9th round when Usyk just that flurry of punches, I didn't count them, but there was a real flurry that Tyson was bouncing from rope to rope, and the ref obviously jumped in. Did you think there was a chance that it would be stopped then?
To be honest, as soon as I saw the referee jump in, I actually thought that was a stoppage. So I was on my feet. I was thinking, no way he's getting stopped. But literally, if the ref didn't rule that that him falling onto the ropes and not down, he probably would have got knocked out just because I feel like maybe 2 or 3 more shots, clean shots from Usyk. I feel like Fury would have been down and it would have been a struggle for him to get up. Even if he had got up, he would have been on wobbly legs, and you know referees would stop that. But yeah, literally, I was worried. I was thinking, damn, Fury's gonna get stopped. Yeah, but you know what? I'm just impressed with what Usyk done. How he just carried himself in that ring and how he performed.
Yeah, I think so many people are impressed with Usyk. I mean, Tyson, in the lead up to the fight, he made a lot of jokes and a lot of comments about him being a middleweight, him being a lot smaller, and now he's the man that's taken a
Yeah,
loss from Usyk. I mean, is that going to be a bitter pill to swallow, do you think, for him?
of course, of course. I mean, no one wants to be a loser anyways, but it will be a bitter pill to swallow just because, he was I don't know, man, that confidence, especially in the ring, playing about a little bit, obviously we know Tyson Fury is Tyson Fury, but I mean, playing about and taking a loss ain't something that we want to do. So I think he's going to be a bit upset with how he carried himself. Hopefully next time he will know what to do and that would get him the win for the next time.
Of course, he believed he won the fight. He came out and said that in the press conference and in the ring afterwards. Do you see any scenario where Tyson won the fight?
Okay, I can understand why he thought that he won the fight, just because he was winning a lot of the early rounds. Even like he probably thought the rounds that Usyk won, he probably won. You know what I'm saying? So he probably thought, oh, I'm like 6, 7 rounds up. So that could have been a confusion, but he actually wasn't. It was close. I think the first few were close, and then in the middle, I think Usyk got maybe the first round or second round and one of the middle rounds, and then when Usyk dropped him, and in a close fight you get dropped. I mean, that's not looking good on the scorecards. And then from then on, I feel like Usyk took charge of the fight, like he was in control. And from then, like, there's no way that Fury was gonna win that, just based on all that.
He said that his team going into the last 2 rounds said that he was up on the cards and he just needed to box for the last 2 rounds and avoid getting hit. I mean, could you see any way in those last 2 rounds that was the correct tactic, or
wasn't the? I mean, he could have literally just boxed. Like, just the right tactic is just to box, because that's Fury's best attribute. So he could have just went out there and boxed, but they should have amped him up a little bit more to let him know that he could be potentially losing, and the last 2 rounds are the most important rounds and he needs to really win those. So they could have amped him up a little bit. But other than that, they gave the right advice by telling him to box, because that's the best. Like, when Fury boxes, it's dangerous. But I mean, coming forward probably wouldn't have been a great idea. Like, wouldn't have been a great idea, just because Usyk was able to hurt him. So I guess the only option was to box and be smart.
you think the rematch is the only way to go for both fighters?
Yeah, but I personally think Usyk beats him in the second one. To be honest, I wanted Tyson Fury to win, bring it back to the UK and fight AJ for it. But a man could wish, a man could dream, as they say.
Do you think the result on Saturday night brings that Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fight even further away than it's been, or?
Yeah. I mean, unless Usyk retires, I don't know, man. It does bring it further away, but you know what? They have one more fight, which is in October, which means that we're not going to get the fight anytime soon. And these guys are not getting any younger. So, I mean, probably next year, but you never know. That could be Fury's last fight. He might retire. But then again, there'll be a new crop of heavyweights coming through, fighting for these titles. And I guess if AJ wants to stick around, and he'll be fighting these guys at that level. So just got to wait and see how it falls into place.
Talking of heavyweights coming through, it's been a few months since we've seen yourself in the ring. Hoping to hear some news soon.
Yeah, definitely. In the next, probably this week, we'll find something. Definitely gonna announce something.
We know there's obviously a big show down in London at Crystal Palace, stadium show, Richard Riakporhe against Chris Smith, obviously a boxer show as well. I mean, that would be an ideal opportunity for you to get some eyes on you.
Yeah, 100%. That's a good show, big show. A world title fight at the Crystal Palace Stadium. Yeah, literally, that would be a good card to box on. So that hopefully we'll see. Anyway, we'll see how things go.
Where are you in terms of your training at the moment? Are you in a position where you're ready to fight? Have you started a camp or anything?
No, I'm ready to fight. We stay in the gym, so Yeah, I'm ready to fight. I'm in a better position for this fight. I mean, for a fight coming up than I was for my last fight. So it's all good and well, man. I'm just ready.
How different has it been coming back from the loss and sort of finding yourself with, I guess, finding your feet again and getting back on a winning run? And how has the mentality changed after taking a loss and trying to come back?
You know what? It was more of a learning lesson. Is what I learned. You know, it didn't affect me mentally. You know, some people they get down about it, but you know, with me, I just keep on going. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not down about it. It hasn't really affected me to that point. But where I'm worrying too much about it. I just knew what went wrong and just won't let that happen again. So that's what we're doing and we're moving forward.
Two final pieces of business: 5v5 in a couple of weeks, again over in Saudi. Deontay Wilder and Zhang. How do you see that one going?
I literally don't know. Do you know what? I feel like Zhang will be dominating early rounds. We might even see Wilder get knocked down. But I believe Wilder probably will knock out Zhang in the later rounds because at the same time, I feel like Zhang is vulnerable. And obviously, Wilder's still the Wilder that we know who's got power. So expect the unexpected when those two giants get in the ring. So yeah.
How much do you think that Wilder's got left to give to the division?
He's still got it in him, but I mean, after this, we'll see how the belts pan out. Maybe Usyk retires and lets all the belts go, or he continues, or he fights AJ again, or let's see how it goes. Maybe we even get AJ versus Wilder for them titles. You know, you just never know. Just gotta sit tight and see what happens.
Talking of those titles fragmenting, it's obviously much rumoured that Daniel Dubois and Philip Hrgovic will be for that IBF title. Another big opportunity for Daniel Dubois after his defeat against Usyk last year. Do you believe he can get the job done and capture that world title?
Against who? What?
Dubois and Hrgovic.
Hrgovic, yeah. I believe Dubois is capable of winning that fight. I mean, winning that fight, winning on and being in a good position to fight for a world title. So just gotta take it fight by fight, man. But I feel like that's a good fight, tough fight. Not saying it's an easy fight for both of them, you know, but it's a very interesting fight, and that's why we like Saudi because we get fights that we would have never seen before, you know. So that's why we love Saudi.
Jeamie TKV, thank you very much for your time, and hopefully we'll have some fight news soon, my friend.
Thank you, brother.